Hey guys, it's Sam here today, and today I wanted to talk about fall eyeshadow palettes. I know, I'm late to the game. I live in New England and we've been having fall since the first week of September, and we're getting close to the end of October. But I decided I wasn't going to do it because I waited too long, and then I decided, what the heck? I'm going to put out the video. I don't care if it gets that many views. I do it every year, and I would feel so sad if I skipped it this year because these are my favorite times to pull out palettes because fall palettes pretty much typically speak to me year round, but then it's like I'm in my element. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. I'm not going to put these in any particular order. Some of them I love, some of them I like, but they're all really good palettes. So the first one I'm just grabbing because it's on the top of the pile here. It is the Melt Cosmetics Gemini palette. I still have it in the case because I love their packaging, and even like it looks like plain green, but it is embossed with the roses, and I just love that. So here we go. Here's the palette. This is the newer one. I never got my hands on the original one, so I haven't had the poor experience that people complained about on that one. But this one is just absolutely beautiful. I love this color story, and I just feel like it is the most fall palette of all fall palettes. And the formula in this is really good. I think I did a video on this. If I can find it, I will put it here in the eye. If not, I will link it down below. You can also just search on my channel and you'll probably find it. Love, love this palette. The next one is one of my all-time favorite palettes, actually. And I definitely did a video with this. This is the Huda Jaguar palette. I feel like this palette came out of left field and stole my heart. I liked the color story. I was actually more intrigued in one of the other ones, way more than this one. But this one, just like when I applied it to my eyes and created the look, I was like, wow, this gives me like smoky, gunmetal, grunge, like strong, powerful rocker fucking chick. Like, I love this fucking palette. It makes me feel powerful when I wear this. I love the color story. And I think this is great for like a night out in the fall, dark, what do you call it? Scenery. I love it. The next one is a palette that came out, I think, last fall, but I didn't pick it up till after Christmas. It is the VISEART, I think this VISIONETTE palette. And this one is more bright, colorful, jewel tones. It applies beautifully. This formula is not like a sparkly, shimmery kind of dream. This is a typical, basic formula. I say basic finishes, not formula. The formula is amazing in this palette. Works really, really well. I think I did a video on this as well, and I will try to link that again down below. But the formula in this is impeccable. It is a typical satin, typical shimmer, typical matte kind of basic finishes, but I will tell you, absolutely impeccable palette. I love this color story. And then also one of the features that I thought was so great about VISEART is that these shadows actually come out and you can kind of create other palettes within it. And I just love that. The palette is really cute and compact. I mean, it fits right in my hand. Great for travel. Love it. Okay, the next palettes are two little mini quads, and they're from the drugstore. They are from Undone Beauty. If you haven't tried this formula, I highly recommend it. If you have very oily lids, definitely use a good eyeshadow base underneath because these are formulated with castor oil. And I feel like that's what gives them their beautiful shine, but can also help them probably crease. And this one here is what is this called? About Last Night. This one is like golds and purple, which I think is perfect for the fall time. And they're really cute. If you're a basic makeup wearer, it gives you kind of like instructional use on the back of them. This one here is the Brick by Brick, which is like beautiful rustic color scheme. Really gorgeous formula in these. Love, love, love these. These are like top of my list of eyeshadows from the drugstore, and even not in the drugstore. This is like, I put this in the same area with my Natasha Denona's. Just saying. Another palette that I think is gorgeous and has a really good formula is the Van Gogh palette. This is the older version from Muse Beauty, but they are now, I think it's called K-Love Beauty. And this color story screams fall. It is absolutely beautiful. And their formula is also really, really nice. Another palette that I fell in love with kind of late in the game. I did a video on this in the beginning of 2022. This is the Unearthly Cosmetics Fall Magic palette. And this is a fall dream. The colors are beautiful. The formula is amazing. And after this, let me tell you, I think I have now like 5 palettes from them, and I ordered 2 of the new Halloween release palettes as well. I haven't gotten them yet, but yes, I am a big fan now of Unearthly Cosmetics because of this palette. The formula and the color story is gorgeous, and if you have that, pull it out. You need to use it. This is the time. The next palette I want to talk about is an oldie but a goodie. This is the Ace Beauté Flare palette. They have several really good fall palettes. I like the classical Paradise one, but I feel like this one, for me, is perfect for the fall because it's a little bit brighter. It's a little bit funner, but it still has that fall vibe to it. And they do have a newer version. It's the same color story, just a new formulation, which people have said it has been improved. I haven't tried the new formulation. I like this palette and I feel like it works well for me. There hasn't been a need for me to purchase the new one, but I do love this. The packaging is really cute, gives you that fall vibes with the orange and the gold, and I love it. And next, another one that's really good, I think, for this time of year, and I kind of was like going back and forth on all of these, but this one for sure I knew had to be in this video, and this is the Glam Light Chocolate Martini palette. I think her packaging is so cute. This was like a perfect size palette, and it has the ingredients on the back, which is adorable, but this is what it looks like on the inside. This screams toasty, warm fall vibes. You got a little splash of blue in there that's just absolutely stunning. It's like a purpley blue, and there's just a lot of magic going on in this palette. And I love Glam Light's formula. It's one of the most consistent formulas that I've seen out there, especially from indie brands. They haven't, like, I don't have any palettes where like this one's a bad one and this one's a good one from Glam Light. And this color story for me really screams fall. I also was kind of like thinking about the olive one, but to be honest, I think that might be more of a Christmas one. So this one for me screamed fall the most. This is a newer palette to me, but I feel like it's good enough to bring up in this video. I like it enough. I played with it enough. And this is the Beauty Bay Dark Fantasy palette. And this is what she looks like on the inside. Really grungy, really beautiful. You got all the dark colors that you would need to like really give your look some richness, but it also has these really beautiful light shimmers too. So if you want to create something a little softer, you can do that. And this is a really good standard size palette. I enjoy it. I love it. And then lastly, this is another palette that's in the case. Oh, it's not last. I have more. Last from this little section is the Mariposa palette from Melt Cosmetics. I keep the packaging again because it's beautiful gold. It's lined with freaking red velvet. And I mean, look at this palette. But on the inside, I think this gives you everything. It's fall and it could be Christmas too. I mean, look at it. It's beautiful. It has the berries and the purples, and it has the greens in there and these beautiful browns and golds. Gorgeous, gorgeous palette. The formula in here is also really good. I have had issues with Melt palettes being inconsistent, I think the one that I have is like the 27 or something like that. The shimmers in there are trash, I'm not gonna lie, but this one has impeccable shimmers, impeccable matte. I did a video on this one as well. I'll link that. I did a video also on the Dark Fantasy from Beauty Bay. I don't know if I've done a video on the Glam Light one. I don't think I have. But I can attest that that is a good one. From ColourPop. This was really hard because I have an extensive ColourPop collection, but I narrowed it down to 3. And the first one I picked was the Orchid You Not palette. It's beautiful berry tones. I feel like this is that dark, like vampire night kind of fall vibes palette. I know that's like a weird description, but that's what it gives me, and I really enjoy this one for that kind of like, I don't know, mysterious vibe. Sometimes that's what you're going for, you know what I'm saying? So, the next 2 are from ColourPop, and they are the Star Wars palettes, the Mandalorian palette and the child one. And obviously, when you look at them, you know exactly why. It's because of the greens, the browns, the oranges, and these palettes, they scream fall. You can also, I think, get these in a duo set if you don't have them, but they're gorgeous little collector pieces, kind of. And in addition, they're really good quality and they have really cute color schemes. So check them out if you haven't already. Pick them up. And if you have them and you just kind of have them stored away because they're like special little Star Wars ones, I definitely recommend pulling them out because this is the time of year to do that. The next one I'm going to talk about is Natasha Denona. This is the bronze palette, and for every obvious reason, I am recommending this. This is like the orangey, reddish brown fall, like epitome of fall in a palette right here. And Natasha Denona has a very standard, well thought out scheme here and a formula that is very reliable. So definitely pull this out if you have it. And yeah, I mean, the Sephora sale coming out. So if you're thinking about it, I definitely would recommend that. Something from the drugstore that's really inexpensive. If you're looking for your kid, your teenager, you don't want to spend a ton of money on makeup for them, or for yourself, you're on a budget, I would recommend this little Essence Dancing Green eyeshadow palette. It's super cute. This is what she looks like. And she works really well. The mattes are gorgeous in here. The shimmers really shine and give it to you. I really enjoy these palettes. There's tons of videos on YouTube of people using it because I think I was going to do a video when this came out, but there was so much content on it and I kind of just fell behind. But I will attest to the fact that this is a really good palette. The formula is actually really good. If Essence keeps putting out shadows like this, they're going to have no problem. They're going to be around forever. A lot longer than Revlon. Then lastly is a very oldie but a goodie. And the reason why I brought this up is because it tends to resurface this time of year every year anyway, because it comes out in bundles and stuff like that. So this is the ABH Soft Glam palette. This is what she looks like. Usually every year she does some kind of vault or something like that, and this palette is included. And honest to God, it's still really good. It reminds me a lot of the Natasha Denona Glam palette. It has the berries, the rusted look, the gold to it. It gives you a black. I mean, it's pretty much everything you need for an everyday look. And yeah, like your mom could use it, you could use it, your kid could use it. This is like a stand all around kind of really good palette. I'm sure a lot of you have this in a drawer somewhere and you're like, it's old, I'm not going to use it. Pull it out. It's cute. It works. It's good. And this is the perfect time of year to do it. So that is actually the last palette I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And until next time, love you guys. Thank you. Bye.